What's going on, everybody? The world is a better place because you are here to join us. My name is Matt Brown, and I am the host of the Productive Conversations podcast. And it is a day in May 2025, and we're about to discuss what's overrated in this world. We're going to have our sequel to the Underrated podcast, and now we're going to debate what's overrated in this world. And as you know, overrated, something that gets too much credit, maybe undeserved, maybe a little too much. But when something's overrated, it's usually something that gets too much credit. And we're going to talk about a bunch of overrated things. And before we do, I just want to remind you to like and subscribe to the Productive Conversations podcast on all podcasts and platforms and YouTube. And don't forget to check out exclusive content regarding the show across all social media platforms. We're on Instagram at Productive Conversations Podcast, X and Twitter at ProdConvoPod. We're on TikTok at Productive Conversations and Facebook at Productive Conversations. And as always, check out our presenting sponsor, Magic Mind, who has our back, the great elixir company that helps us move, get focused, and get ready for our day. Go to magicmind.com/PCMAY for 48% off your first subscription or 20% off your first one-time purchase. And it's Allison, Jose, and Ryan going to discuss what's overrated. Hello, the three of you.
How's it going, everybody?
What's up, fellas?
Hi.
I'm just
Not
excited
much.
to talk all things overrated and educate the masses properly. So if you guys are ready, I'm ready. So, as I mentioned, overrated, something that gets too much credit in this world. We're going through the exact same subjects as we did on the Underrated podcast. And we're going to go right ahead and talk about what's overrated in this world. You got that? Sounds good. Excited.
Sounds good.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
I've got everything ready. So
All right. Well, let's start it off with who is an overrated front man or front woman. That is somebody who leads a band or leads a hip hop group or leads something, some group.
musical group, yeah.
Yes. And who is overrated amongst theirs? I will start it off. I think Chris Martin's overrated. Despite having a good voice,
Oh, yeah.
bro doesn't have stage presence that I'm like, wow, I must listen to what this guy says. I think some Coldplay songs are corny. I think some Coldplay songs are overrated in general. And I won't repeat myself saying that Coldplay is an overrated band because I'm talking about the frontman, who's a big reason why that they are just blah. And all the sky full of stars and the little rainbows and the dancing around the kumbaya. That's not rock music. That's not badass music.
But
That is
did they
with the
say they
exception
were
of
badass though? Like, I feel like you're adding that in there. I don't believe they ever pretended they were.
Well, I guess not, but the thing is though, regardless, they're still not that entertaining. There are a few songs I could get into if I want to feel sad. Then I'll put on a
Sure.
Fix You or something. But
Mhm.
Coldplay's overrated. I think they do have one of the worst halftime shows. I love the Super Bowl halftime show, and they're just blah.
I'm gonna go next only because I think I have the exact opposite. Not obviously,
I
opposite
had
for
the
real.
same, so what's
So I went with Mick Jagger of the
Ooh.
Rolling Stones. And obviously, this is not to diminish the Stones, who are a fabulously important band in like music history. That this is not about them writ large. Super popular, super famous. He's a rock star, archetypal rock star, for being honest. But like, as charismatic and as fun as he is to watch on a stage and listen to talk and all that stuff, he's not that good at singing, which is ultimately the frontman's primary job in the band, is to be the lead vocalist of the band. So if you're not that good at singing and you're the lead vocalist for the band, that is inherently a problem, right? And then you get to the fact that it's one of the biggest bands of all time. And I think he's overrated. He gets more credit than he deserves as a frontman simply because his band altogether is one of the more important bands in music history. So it's like the opposite. You said that Chris Martin is kind of boring to watch, even though he has a nice voice. I would say that Mick Jagger is obviously not boring to watch, but his voice is not that nice. To be
My
honest
only
with you.
contrary to that, there are some studio songs from their 60s stuff that I do think sounds pleasant. Under
Sure.
My Thumb. You can't always get what you want. Come to mind.
I don't
I
know
like
about
those about
that
that.
one specifically,
Painted
but-
Black. I think they have some. I think he's properly rated, in my opinion.
I mean, to each their own. I think for as highly rated as the band is, he is not quite that good at singing. That's kind of where I am. It's just a disconnect more so in just how famous he is for being the lead singer of Rolling Stones and just how good he is at singing. I think those two are different. Like, you know what I mean? The level of acclaim and the level of skill are not equal in that particular case. So that's why I went with Mick Jagger. I think again, not a bad band or anything like that. It's not like, oh, I hate them like Matt hates Coldplay. It's just I don't think he's that good a singer compared to just how famous the band is.
All right. Allison and Jose.
So I was gonna repeat myself. I know Matt, you said you weren't, but I said Chris Martin too.
You can say that. That's fine.
Okay. And
Anything
Coldplay.
else to add?
Yeah. I just find that y'all weird. The one, like, he's not even that bad.
It's about him being
I
corny and then Kumbaya.
I don't even listen to Coldplay,
That's
and I
what
don't
I
think
think.
he's overrated. I think he's
There's
like,
literally a
he's-
famous scene in a famous comedy movie making fun of Coldplay. Now, I don't know, the term may have not aged that well, so I won't repeat it.
Well, my pick, I think I got
I
all
think
three
you're
y'all
this because you like Coldplay.
picked.
I mean, yeah, that's not compelling. I think the fact that he's boring is probably the most and only compelling thing you have because the songs are usually sung very well, but
Right.
he's just kind of a sad dude when he's singing. He's just kind of just out there, just doing his own thing. He's very mellow, which yeah, probably doesn't make for a fun concert, for being honest.
Right.
I also said Matt Healy from the 1975. I don't know if y'all like listen to him.
Oh, you just hit him because he did.
Yeah, is that the Taylor Swift?
This feels like a Taylor Swift. That feels like a shot from Taylor. That feels like a shot from Taylor.
Be on that banner, Jose.
Wow.
How am I on the banner? Actually, that's something I'm curious about, but we'll get to that later.
Overrated Pope.
You're an overrated Pope. You're fake.
The person I put was Gene Simmons from Kiss. He can't sing for shit, and he needs to put fucking makeup on just to get a crowd. So I win. Thank you.
Is he the front? I guess
Isn't
he
it-
kind of is
what
the
did
front
you
man.
consider
but-
He
Paul
is the front-
Stanley?
No,
I would say
he-
Paul
no,
Stanley was the
he-
front man.
Okay.
That would be my main.
Bullshit. If you go look it up.
Now
it's
he is right,
fucking
but
Gene Simmons.
All right, I'll give you that one.
sure. I
He
again, I
doesn't
would have
even-
said.
he-
I
he
wouldn't have
doesn't-
said him just because I wouldn't have pictured him as the front man. I would have said Paul Stanley.
I've
but-
always pictured him the front man. I mean, no offense. When you think of Kiss, you think of Gene Simmons. When you think of
I
his
think he's the
makeup.
most famous.
He's definitely the most famous, yeah. But I thought Paul Stanley was kind of the leading man of Kiss.
I have never thought that. This is the first time I'm hearing that. Well, you guys are young, so I
Well,
guess
I mean
that's where it's
that's
coming
true.
from.
I've never seen.
When you go,
Kiss
I don't know
when
if
they
you
were
ever been
young,
to a
so.
Kiss concert. Gene Simmons is front and center in the middle. Like,
Well, yeah. Well, now he's the most famous, right? So that makes sense.
oh,
I agree. By the way, he's not that good a singer. That
he's
part
a-
I agree with
he's
entirely.
a terrible singer. He's
Yeah.
ugly. He's not
Well,
even a handsome looking one. He's boring as fuck. He looks
Yeah.
fucking like got a crater face. He looks like he got fucked up 3 ways till Sunday. It's just
Oh, he's an old
not-
man now, but yeah.
Well, back then he was. I please remember. Oh well, of course you don't remember.
No, I wasn't there.
All four of them made like solo albums without the fucking Kiss makeup. That all shit bombed the fuck. It was 4 ugly men, 4 different albums you had to buy. Fucking stupid as hell. So fuck
That's
you.
the next
Gene Simmons.
biopic, 4 Ugly Men, the
There
Kiss
you go.
story.
That's what it should be called.
All right, now let's actually talk about a band itself, the band as a whole. Who is an overrated band? I'll start. The band The Eagles. Now, this might
Wow.
be, and I'll explain why. For a band
Oh.
that is one of the best-selling groups of all time, You could only name one song. There's only one song. It's very odd. Like, name another Eagles song off the top of your head? It's
what is
Hotel
that one?
California. Exactly. You can't think of it. You
No,
can't think of it. What
it's
is
on
the
my.
one?
Hold on, it's on my Spotify.
If it was an iconic song, you get it like that. So
yeah, no, I mean
point.
it's definitely not Hotel California iconic.
But I mean, they're getting the Sphere treatment and everything. Jeez, I don't know about that.
Well, don't they have all of this? Who is the lead singer of that band? Isn't he super famous too? Yeah, Take It Easy. That's one.
See, it took you 90 seconds to figure that out. And you can't name the frontman from the top of your head.
No, I don't know the frontman.
You can't
exactly.
name one person from
It's
the
Don
fucking
Henley
Eagles.
and Joe Walsh. Those are the two main guys.
Yeah, no, I didn't. You're giving me a million guesses. I mean, it doesn't help that Joe Walsh might be one of the most generic names I've ever heard in my entire life. But I would
do
never
like that one
that.
song though. Life's Been Good by him, but that's it. And he's in as a solo song.
Yes, that was bad. That's not the Eagles. Because I like that song.
It's him.
And I would have known that if it was the Eagles.
So that's my argument about the Eagles being overrated for a band that sells so much. True. Why don't you have iconic songs off the rip? You know?
True. No, I'll give you that.
I will go last because mine is controversial.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, then we'll keep the same order. I'll go again. I went with the Chainsmokers.
The Chainsmokers. Okay, I can agree with that.
It's just
a game thing. A song.
Take that back.
Do you really think? Would you really consider Chainsmokers a band though?
Right, yeah. Well, there's more. There's a couple of them, right?
There's two.
You need at least one more person, and they're officially a band.
They're a band.
They're overrated.
Yeah, a little bit. Like it's the same song over the time. They're you know what I mean? Like yeah, they're good. I'll let Matt finish. All right.
That's exactly what they do.
It's just like
nice try though.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just that they're always traveling, some bohemian lifestyle. They hook up with a girl. They're high for some of it usually. I don't know. It's every song is exactly the same in terms of like what it's about, and also like they kind of sound the same to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just not EDM.
They're
is not
really
my type of
live.
music. Well, I've never seen them live, so that doesn't really apply for me. But yeah, maybe EDM is just not my music, and that's fine too. But to me, it's like
I would love to see you at EDM show.
I just feel like every song kind of sounds the same. They all have pretty much the same like vibe. You know, whether they were in Paris, they were in Boulder, they're always someplace living life, you know, kind of by the seat of their pants, and then they usually get high and, you know, hook up. And so like I don't know, it just feels like very repetitive. But I'm obviously super mega successful band. People love the songs. They do well in like the top 40 charts. So like obviously people really like them. I just don't get it. That's why I'm like, they're a little overrated. It's not, you know, not like the Eagles, who I think actually Matt has a really good point. They're like an iconic band, and you can't name more than one of their songs.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, once you've heard Closer, I feel like you've just kind of heard most of the Chainsmokers songs.
Good. Allison, who's an overrated band for you?
I don't know. I don't really listen to bands. I guess they're not Taylor Swift, right?
Go ahead.
Like
say 1975. Go ahead.
You
want to.
I actually like their music a lot.
I like them. I'm about to say I would disagree with that idea that they're overrated.
I like 1975's music.
I don't really listen to them, so I wouldn't know. I'm not the person to ask.
They're properly rated.
Like when I was doing research, there was one, but then I found out their singer committed suicide, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I want to touch that topic. So I'm like,
I mean, how long ago?
Well, don't you worry, Allison. I am. Nirvana is the most overrated band.
That's what I was gonna say, but okay.
They only have one freaking song.
No, they don't. No, they don't. You don't listen to them. No, they don't.
That's not even like close.
Teen Spirit is the only big one they had, and that's it.
No,
I got enough Teen Spirit in my life. I'm all right. I don't need them ever again. I don't care. They only listen.
I was trying to be respectful, but Jose went there, so it's cool.
Wrong.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna go there. Respect this. If he didn't get his head blown off, if he didn't blow his own head off, he would have been just an average band going through the cycle. Like EDM,
Oh, man.
whatever, and they're going there.
Wild.
Bye.
If he hadn't, honestly, Jose, and I say this with 100% sincerity, had he not done that to himself, I think there's a world or a possibility where there's still a grunge contingent in the country today. I think if Cobain was still, if Kurt Cobain was alive today, there would still be grunge fans. I think that's 100% true.
See, there's still grunge bands now. My point
No, not grunge bands. You didn't hear me. I said grunge fans.
Grunge fans are still they're still there.
Yeah, but they're aging now. That's a nostalgia thing. I'm saying
he
ended the
emo
entire
and grunge is a lot
genre of
different.
music.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, it was when they left, Pearl Jam almost gave it a go too. But in terms of keeping it alive, almost single-handedly. So I'm like,
hey, can I say it's overrated? Correct? They didn't do that, so they're overrated. They put them on this pedestal. It didn't exceed what it was.
I just can't believe you said they have one song. That's the part that's almost the worst.
When you think
of so many more than one song.
Heart-shaped box. Come as you are.
Let's be real honest.
Lithium.
Man who sold the world.
Yeah.
Smell all you can. When you think of Nirvana, you think of Smell.
It's a cover, but there's versions.
Yeah, still great. Yeah, exactly.
That's it. And you have the Batman song, and that blew up for like
Batman song.
The song.
What band are you listening to?
The Batman song from the one
Nirvana didn't do a Batman song.
Robert Pattinson used a song for Batman.
Oh man.
Oh, you're talking about the it was used in the Batman.
Right.
You're talking about one of the songs, but still.
Right. It blew up for a little bit and then it dropped. Nobody talks about it.
You're talking about something in the way. You're talking about something in the way.
I gotta be honest, Jose specifically though. Nirvana, because this is, by the way, not frontman, right? This is Nirvana.
This is band, right?
This is the band.
Nirvana, in addition to themselves being an iconic band, the drummer from Nirvana went and started a second iconic band.
That's how you know.
That's how you know they're a good band. When one of the random members can go ahead and have a Hall of Fame career just by himself.
It's 50-50. What happened to the other one? Their band is 3. Whatever happened to the other one?
I don't know.
He went into politics, actually. Chris Novoselic.
Exactly. Because he knew.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, in Washington State.
Because Nirvana was overrated. It was like calling it a career. He didn't even believe in his own damn self.
Well, but that's crazy because if he had, he would have probably been a Hall of Famer in the music industry.
Iconic band.
Exactly.
Properly rated.
It's overrated. That's it.
Yeah, I would say they're underrated, to be clear. I would say they're not underrated. I don't want to make it sound like they don't get enough love. Everybody besides Jose gives them their flowers. But
I will say Nirvana's a band that all races like. I've seen all people talk, Spanish people, black people, Asian people, white people.
I do think
people like that.
I do think some of that comes from the fact that he's dead.
Yes, that's mainly why they blew up. Because he blew himself up. He was like, that's what
he was like at peak when he killed himself. Like, I'm not supposed to say that. But
listen,
sorry.
Yes, R.I.P. This is crazy. He even made Courtney Love famous. She's not that good.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
he was so good. He made his girlfriend good by association.
She's another one. When you can put on the overrated list,
she is in the overrated list, but that's how good he was.
She definitely is.
He was so good that everyone thought she was good just because she was next to him.
Everybody just wanted to fuck her. That's it. Come on now.
That's an overrated statement.
Too, but that may have played a role. But I think most of it was Nirvana.
Kurt Cobain.
Come on, Allison. You were.
That's also one of the best names for a band too.
Defend me.
The band Nirvana.
He had worms because he committed suicide. So I bet
you don't have to focus on that part. But,
honestly, we didn't bring that up at all.
Yeah, we got to bring it up. That's the reason why they're overrated. Is because the guy blew his head off.
No, I know you brought it up, but what I'm saying is, me and Matt defended the band without mentioning what happened to him at all.
I didn't say they suck. I just said they blew up because he freaking killed himself.
But no, he was the biggest star on the planet when he died.
Yeah, he knocked out Michael Jackson from the Billboard 100.
How is it? How he didn't blow up at that point? He was already there. That's what made it sad. God. He was super big.
This is a great clip. This is definitely a great clip.
You're inverting what happened. You don't have to like him, but it's the opposite of what happened.
He was going to be in the TRL top 5 and that's it.
He would
He's
have been,
done.
but the TR didn't exist
Backstreet
yet.
Boys, Backstreet Boys. You guys realize this. Nirvana became popular literally right before the Backstreet Boys and Sync came in. They would have washed that guy away.
No, that's what I'm telling you. I don't think they would have.
Oh, come on, Ryan.
Him specifically, I disagree.
People love their Nirvana.
You weren't born yet. The craziness for these Backstreet dumb fucks was mayhem.
I was there for the Backstreet Boys.
No, you weren't.
Yes, we were. Yes, we were.
Yes, I was.
I remember.
Me and two of my friends, we called ourselves the Backstreet Boys. We picked a Backstreet Boy, and in elementary school, we were all a different Backstreet Boy. Do not correct me. I was there for the entirety of the Backstreet Boys, who are also properly rated. And to be honest with you, I would say they might even be underrated for what they did for boy bands, but that's beside the point. I'm just saying that Nirvana, to me, was an act that would have absolutely been able to survive the tide, and there would still be rock and roll fans had they had they been still performing at that time.
What rock bands are out there now? You think Nirvana?
And that's the point. And that's what I'm saying. Nirvana leaving is the reason there aren't any.
Come on, Ryan.
Great take, Brian.
That's crazy.
Well, it's true. Crazy or not, it's true.
Goddamn.
I'm all about Nirvana, yo.
Well,
but we do have to keep moving.
Wrong, so I guess.
Well, it's not wrong. You could say what you know what I mean. Like I got a really hot take for the athlete. There were some lists that said
the Beatles. Like what? That's insane.
I would agree. That's almost. I mean, that's more
literally.
Insane than Nirvana,
It's literally.
that one is more.
Who's literally so insane? Like,
yeah. If you had said the Beatles, we may have kicked you.
No, I would have never. I'm just saying the list. Like when I was researching, a lot of lists said the Beatles, and I was like,
and I know people who don't like the Beatles.
That's people just hating. There's literally no such thing as popular music without them.
Yeah. No, like there are it's like. The Beatles, you don't even have to like the Beatles to be like, yeah, I understand that modern music as we know it, like the modern music industry is primarily a result of the Beatles coming to America.
Yeah.
Like they came to America and invented the music industry, essentially. So
is whack.
Unbelievable. All right. So as much as I want to continue that and definitely disagree with some of those takes, did we hit everybody with?
Yeah, we did. We hit everybody with the freaking shovel when we told them Nirvana was overrated.
All right, now let's switch
into it.
Let's go to hip hop. Give me an overrated rapper.
Oh Jesus, I'm gonna be controversial on this one too.
Who wants to go first?
Let me still think of one.
If I go, I know we're gonna have a long discussion.
I know who I would say.
How about you, Ryan?
Travis Scott. And I understand I've been salty about him like recently for like the wrestling stuff, right? But like, it's just more than that. Like, Travis Scott is a really cool vibe.
Yeah,
he's an interesting brand, right? Like, he's a creative guy, it seems, and like so I give him all the credit in the world for that. But since he wants to be a wrestler, to use a wrestling phrase, and then the bell rings. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He's got this interesting vibe. He's got all these people who are super always like looking at what he does because he's just so different than the rest of hip hop. And then you hear a song and it's just fiend. It's just he's not, you know what I mean? Like he just punches above his weight because of his marketing.
I hear you.
That's my opinion.
Like it's not that I disagree because there's just some songs I love, but I can see where you're coming from there. So it's not that hard of a debate for me there. I understand your point.
Yeah, again, he's not the worst.
Or like Goosebumps doing that 10 times.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's just very repetitive. It's just very
I've seen
music
him live
itself.
Before. I can say that he does know how to get a crowd going.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, obviously
not a wrestling one, but
no, I meant Astro World. Yeah, he can definitely make a crowd go crazy.
Oh yeah.
But I'm just saying in general, like I feel like his brand is bigger than his catalog, if that makes sense. That's kind of where I landed with it. He's still very good. It's not an insult. It's just
I cheered
imbalance.
Allison's turn. Overrated rapper.
Oh, I said Jay-Z.
Okay.
What the fuck?
I actually kind of agree with you. That was going to be my pick. I like Jay-Z music. I like Jay-Z music.
I think he has some good songs, but I don't think he's like.
He was a part of
a
he was a part of a really big like a really important time period in hip hop.
Oh,
Like
we're
hip hop.
gonna, if this goes on Twitter, we're gonna get fucked. They're
It
gonna
is. It's
say,
good. That's
"Oh
why
my
we made these
God,
clips.
what
I
the
kind of agree. Like, I don't think he's a GOAT. I think he's good, but not a GOAT.
But I think he's where he should be. He's top
Yeah.
5. I don't think he's overrated for
And you
that.
would put him at 5. I would say top 10 and put him
You
at
would say
10.
top 5? Really? I don't agree with that.
Okay,
Who's your top 5?
I cannot do that on the spot. Oh my god.
Jose, who's your top 5?
Biggie, Tupac,
See, that's where I'm like,
Eminem.
I'm overrated. My most overrated is Biggie.
Oh, I like Biggie. I disagree.
I won't hate you
Put
on
2
that.
albums.
Oh,
That's right. Those 2
I didn't
albums.
say that. He had a
One,
lot
only
of
one when he
albums.
was alive. Only one when
It's
he
not-
was alive too.
There's no way I put his ass at number 1.
I didn't put it one either. I'm just saying.
No
But-
way. He's
Sicker than your average.
Because on everyone's list, he's always number 1.
Well,
Everyone's
not
list.
everyone's listening from
Fuck it.
California. He's not number 1.
Oh,
Sicker than
California
your
got
average.
even. We'll go even worse. If you go California, go Tupac, and I don't think he's fucking top 5 at all.
Ooh, that's a hot take. So you think
It's the
Tupac's not
truth.
even the top 5?
No.
Interesting.
You know the
Oh,
thing
hell
about
no.
Tupac that
Fascinating.
I've learned that kind of judged me a little different, that he did the gangster persona as a front.
Oh yeah, as a
Like
front.
he was a hardcore theater kid.
I say this as an
Like
incredibly Caucasian man, so you know what I mean. But yeah, I've also heard that he
Yeah.
was kind of playing a character.
it'd be like if Lil Nas X turned to a big rapper. Well, I guess that's what he
Definitely.
did do.
He did
Well,
a little
not-
bit.
But more
the funny thing
gangster.
is, he's not even from the West Coast. I don't know why he was.
Yeah, he's technically from New York.
He's from New York.
That's a little funny too.
But he moved to the West Coast when he was like,
Someone,
in his 20s.
Someone paid his bail. He was like, you know what? Join the West Coast. All right, fuck
Yeah,
it. They
Suge
freed
Knight.
me. Yeah, Suge Knight to free his
Ooh,
ass
Suge.
and took him.
hmm But
So-
yeah, that's what's funny. Insane, right?
Jay-Z, realistically, Jay-Z is top 5. If you go record sales, you go concert sales, you go whatever.
Sure.
stat
Oh
you
yeah.
wanna
I
go.
mean, the stats. He's a huge
Stats-wise,
star.
He
Yeah.
deserves to be top 5 just
Okay.
off that alone. And his
I-
music, if you really listen, you can name. We can go list 10 songs of his, and you probably be like, I like that, I like that, I like that, I like that, I like that. Cool. With Biggie, you can't really fucking do that at all. You go one album, and that album's great, but you realistically, it was a double album, and you probably only like 5, 6 songs on that whole double album. There was like 24 fucking songs, you probably only like 6. And everybody likes the same ones.
Yeah.
Hypnotized.
Well, those are the good ones.
Right.
What
But
do you
they're
mean?
only like 3. Why am I making him the greatest of all? I got Eminem. I can go on. Even
Sick of Biggie
Kanye West,
Webb.
crazy ass. You can put him up there. Fucking-
Yeah, it sucks because I don't want to put him up there, but
So,
You know who's
yeah.
also who was an overrated rapper when he died? Like Gen Z went hard. This is when I first learned about how hard Gen Z will go for somebody, but not trying to
I know you're gonna.
not trying to talk about almost passed away, but XX Tentacion. There were people. I'd see people like make videos
wouldn't-
finding his death, going to his grave and stuff. Like, I mean, there's a few
Yeah.
songs, but geez.
I like that. I'm different. I like his whole albums. like
I
every song he
honestly
writes.
didn't even know that's how you said his name.
Me neither.
XX Tentacion, yeah.
Tentacion.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was going like Temptation or something like that.
You want to know one of the funniest, one of my favorite memes of all time, with Michael B. Jordan when his girl cheated on him and left him, and they played that song Jocelyn
Oh, I like that song, Jocelyn.
Reyes, and you just see him sad sitting courtside, and he just I don't want so no.
You know,
no.
I know this is the overrated show, but underrated. We didn't mention it. What's his name? Both guys from Outkast. Outkast is as a group underrated, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, for sure. Rock and Roll Hall of Famers this year.
Well, I mean, which
Andre
kind of
3000 and
cuts
Big
into
Boy.
my underrated thing because they're in the Hall of Fame. But I feel like they could arguably be in a top conversation.
Well,
That I don't think
everybody's-
people will put them in.
They need
Everybody,
to reunite.
everybody puts Andre 3000's top 5. Just
Yeah, but I'm saying
lyrically-
both.
lyrically wise.
The South's got
Big
something
Boy-
to say.
The Big Boy is like, Big Boy, you give him give him a piece of fried chicken, he forgets his lyrics. So,
Hey,
nah, I
yo.
don't
Well,
know what-
hey, that's mean. Rock and Roll Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
I'll
he
have you
needs
know.
Andre. He needs Andre 3000 for that. So you should definitely thank him.
I won't say there's definitely a Genetti in the group. I won't lie to you, Jose.
Yeah,
But-
that's for sure.
He's definitely it.
But anyway,
All right, everybody. Tell me an overrated food. Number one, let me just kick it off. An overrated food is lobster. Lobster is
Really?
airy. Lobster is
I
dumb.
like lobster.
It's so good.
I'd rather have
What the
steak.
fuck?
I like lobster.
Well, yeah, if it's
I love
either one or the
lobster.
other.
Yeah, that's
one
an
or the other-
interesting choice.
Whack.
I've never
But
chose.
Whack.
They're like the
Whack.
outcasts of food. You need both of them together. It's amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
fuck?
What?
If steak is
Steak and
Andre
lobster, surf
3000,
and
you need...
turf, yes.
Yeah.
It's surf
I
and
feel
turf
bad
a
for the
reason.
lobsters walking around. One of my favorite TikToks I've ever seen. Somebody took a lobster and raised it. Him just walking, and they took it and raised it. We need more lobsters like that. They tricked you into thinking that is quality food.
Nah,
so
lobster
good.
is good. I disagree with that.
Yeah, I mean, to be clear, I'm not saying it is or isn't better than steak. That's like two opposite things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know that you could compare the two. You have to compare it to like crab or like shrimp or like, other shellfish. And lobster's up there in shellfish. For
Whack.
me personally,
Love that.
I like scallops probably better than lobster, right? But like that might be it. And crab, depending on how you prepare it, could be better than lobster. But like
Lobster
the
slap.
shellfish, yeah,
Oh.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh,
clams are fine and stuff. Oysters are, I don't like oysters.
shrimp
So-
is good.
Shrimp's fine. It's not better than lobster, but it's fine.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm going avocado toast.
Lame.
I haven't seen that, but it seems like
Avocado toast.
every
Everybody's talking.
millennial
everyone,
lady.
Yeah,
Yeah, you've
that-
never seen avocado toast or
No, I
had
have.
it?
I've had. I
That shit's
like
really
avocado.
healthy. I mean, I like avocado toast just because it's a healthy option.
Look at me,
Yeah,
I'm
but-
healthy. Let me have my avocado toast.
Someone
My
doesn't eat
pumpernickel
healthy in this
bread.
group.
I'm healthy. I'm healthy.
I just had avocado toast this morning. That's
All right, hold on. To be clear, I am not at all bashing any of the health benefits associated with avocado toast. I'm just saying it's not like that tasty. It's just bread with avocado. on it.
See, I don't know where.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
like-
eggs. You
if
could top it with
if you make
eggs and like meat.
I mean, you can, but that starts to defeat the purpose of the avocado toast. The
It's still
avocado, no, but I'm saying the avocado is supposed to be like the protein, not the protein, but like the heavier part of it. So you don't have
It's
to
not-
have
no,
ham
but-
or you don't have to
When you
have
go to like
whatever.
a restaurant, it's like loaded.
No, I know that, and that's why at a restaurant it's like freaking $30, and that's crazy to pay for that. So like that's part, and honestly, that is part of my math here. It's like, yeah, it's fine. I like avocados and I like toast, and I've had avocado toast, both like just plain old made at home and like out at places, right? Like on brunch and stuff. And it's fine. I don't dislike it, but it's never been like, I'm so glad I paid $28 to eat this avocado toast. And
What the
you can't
fuck you
get
paid
it for like
$28?
cheaper than
Avocado
like
toast.
15. Like 15 is like the cheapest avocado toast you can
That is
find.
true.
And so it's like it's not worth that much money. So that like
Don't blame the
financially speaking,
avocados,
overrated.
blame it on
Debate
fucking
as I'll be right
Trump's
back.
tariffs.
No, they were a lot before the tariffs. I listen, you know me. I love to blame him for everything. If I could,
Yeah.
I would. I blamed him for plenty of things. And I do blame him for price increases in general. But we can't pretend that avocado toast wasn't expensive before. Remember, like CNBC and people were saying the reason that millennials can't buy a home is because we eat avocado toast. Like they were saying it was a deterrent to housing. That's how expensive avocado toast has always been. People who were and again, I'm not saying that that's actually why people couldn't buy a house. It's not. But it is indicative of the fact that it is super expensive, that they could point to it and be like, well, maybe if you ate less avocado toast, you'd save more money, and technically not be wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it's just super expensive. And it's not worth as much money as ever. And I've never seen any avocado toast that I felt was properly, especially because if you just get toast, it's like, what, $3? You know what I mean? You take
Yeah,
a
like you can get a whole loaf at like Trader Joe's for like $3.99.
Yeah, so you're just getting toast. That's $3. You add avocado to the top and maybe some like peppers and egg, right?
Yeah.
One egg, some peppers, and then avocado on the center. You add that, it goes from $3 where you could get a whole loaf of this thing to like $20.
Yeah.
For no reason. Avocados are not that expensive. They're just not. So I'm saying they are like actually financially overrated, price wise.
I
What
said
about you,
agree.
Jose?
I said cottage cheese.
Cottage
Ooh,
cheese.
that's an interesting one. Why cottage cheese? Because I don't know that anybody even rates cottage cheese.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
same.
I feel like it was such a big thing on like recently, especially on TikTok. Like people were
Yeah.
trying to find ways to like
Sneak
implement
protein and
more
stuff in.
protein into their diet. So there were things being made such as like cloud bread, which was like cottage cheese whipped up into it, and there was
Mhm.
like people eat fruit with it. I don't understand the hype. Like I just people love it, and
It's protein, right? I mean, I guess that's what it comes down
I
to.
would rather
Is
eat
it protein?
30
Yeah.
eggs. Yeah, it is. It has a very high protein. I would rather eat like a whole carton of eggs than one like cup of cottage cheese. Like
Yeah, I can't eat cottage cheese. I think it's disgusting.
it's yeah. I liked it when I was little, which is very interesting. And then as I got older, I just hated it.
My
Also,
wife just texted me, by the way,
Cottage
that
cheese.
she heard all this, and so this is real time. She says it's not that bad either. She's had it before. There is $9 avocado toast at this place nearby where I live. So there you go. That's the cheapest avocado toast I've ever seen. $10 with tax. Cheapest avocado toast I've ever heard of. But no,
How many pieces of bread and toast is it?
I've never had it.
only one.
Probably one. I would
God
guess
damn.
one. Yeah.
It's just single. But if
But
not, yeah, I would say cottage cheese or olives. I don't get the hype about
Ooh.
olives.
I feel like olives are controversial, like to eat, like in a bowl. I mean, yeah, there's usually fruit in there, right?
With like peaches.
But yeah, in
Oh,
general,
very
and like I always thought that was gross.
Mhm.
I hated that, and because of that, I hated cottage cheese. But my wife does use cottage cheese in cooking now to add protein to stuff. Like a lot of times, like if we have a thicker sauce base, like you know what I mean, like if the sauce is thicker on something or whatever, she'll use cottage cheese to get the thickness, and it adds protein. And I can't taste it. Like I can't taste cottage cheese. Like I don't see it tasted at all. Like cooking with cottage cheese, I don't even know when it's in there most of the time. And this is somebody who, as a kid, had so much cottage cheese, I grew to dislike it. So I don't know. That's my thing is like I didn't know that people even rated cottage cheese because I felt like it's just kind of like doesn't even taste like anything. It's just a thing. But
Isn't it funny? I rate girls if they smell like cottage cheese to stay away from them.
What?
sorry, what?
Why is anyone smelling like cottage cheese?
What does
No,
cottage
because
cheese
I
smell like?
learned when a girl has yeast infection, they smell like cottage cheese.
Oh, interesting.
I've never had a yeast infection. I can't relate.
Well,
I've never
just
smelled
tell me, well,
cottage
if
cheese.
you
I
ever
guess.
I
smell,
would.
if you
Oh my
smell,
God.
you wake up in the morning, you smell like cottage cheese, then you know you might have an issue down there. But
Okay.
usually, if when you're about like you meet a girl and you're about to get it in with her, and she takes her panties off, and you get a whiff of cottage cheese, then you know she has a yeast infection or she's getting
Mm.
through one. So that's
Oh,
why
interesting.
I never like got close to cottage cheese, never tasted cottage cheese on anything.
So what is your choice then, Jose? If not
Oh,
cottage cheese.
hot dogs.
No, I
Hot
love
dogs.
What are
hot
you
dogs.
doing today?
Fucking hot dogs is trash.
I love the Costco hot dogs.
What are
$1.50.
you what are you talking about? Hey, hot
Hot
dogs
dogs is
are like
overrated.
What?
They're
I think
leftover bullshit.
they're
They're leftover
underrated
punch.
actually because people
They're
always
left.
like burger
Hell
burger. No,
no.
hot
Hell
dog.
no. Hell
Brats
no. That
are
shit
good.
is leftover
Brats are good. Yeah,
bullshit.
brats are
You
good.
guys realize that it's just leftover
I
shit
yes,
and
no,
mush it
I'm fully
together.
aware what it is, Jose. My issue isn't with
What's
what's
a
in
hot
it; it's that
dog?
they taste good. He
It's
said hot
overrated.
dogs are overrated.
It's overrated.
I
I
don't eat hot
disagree.
dogs.
Watch what you say, Matt.
I just don't
Did you
eat
say he
hot
didn't eat
dogs.
that?
Mm-hmm.
I
I
don't
think
think they're under
I don't
overrated
eat
though.
hot dogs at all. I hate it. If I got the burger there, I'm eating the burger because the hot dogs
What?
is just not.
That's what I'm saying. I think hot dogs don't get enough credit because everyone goes to the burger.
Oh,
They don't fill me up, Ryan.
Well, yeah, no, they don't. They're
I
not
No.
love
filling. I'll
hot
give
dog
you
at
that. They're
Yankee
not.
Stadium. Mwah, chef's kiss. It's so
I
good.
get that.
Yeah, a
I bet.
baseball
I
hot
bet.
dog is.
Well, I bet it's like a
It's
football, so
here.
you probably enjoy that. But I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about one of those little
I
fucking
love
shits.
shoving the foot long in my mouth. It's so good. Lathered and mixed up with ketchup. Oh, I just love shoving it down the throat. Oh, it's so good.
We're
Wow.
gonna make a clip out of that. Anyway, um, uh,
hot dog bars.
Hot dogs is trash. I'm just sorry. I just like if you,
I mean,
got a burger,
they're
if you got
bad
other
for
food,
you. Yeah, they are just like food. They're like meat byproduct. That's true.
Right.
There's no way to argue against that. It's a fact. I just think that it tastes good as a meat.
There's a shirt going around TikTok right now, and it says, "I've got that dog in me," and it's a picture of the Costco hot dog out like on the menu.
I don't know. Why do we call them glizzies now? When did that start?
Yeah, where did that term come
Who
from?
made the glizzy a thing?
What's it called? A glizzy?
Glizzy. And they talk about being a glizzy goblin. I think that's meant to be inappropriate. I think it's meant to be a bit of a double entendre. But people do now actually just call them that. And so I'm like, how did we get there? And we're gonna have a glizzy movie, like the Skibbity movie. Did you see that, Matt?
The Glizzy movie?
No. They're making the Skibbity toilet movie. Michael Bay's directing.
I'll cross that bridge when we get there. But
yeah,
before we go to a little break, why don't you tell me what an overrated song is?
You want to? You just got me looking up. Fold up first. Do you know why they call a hot dog a glizzy?
Why?
Due to a slang connection to the length of the Glock handgun.
Yeah.
Look at that. You learn something new every day.
They say where it comes from. Is it from
extension mag of the handgun, which is often similar to the length to a hot dog.
Huh.
That is what
I want a hot dog. Thanks, guys.
Wow, interesting. I didn't know that. Okay.
We learned something new, everybody.
You do that. Wow, that was impressive. And to answer your question, Matt, "Happy" by Pharrell.
I put that. That's what I put.
Yeah, that song was overplayed and just it is overrated. It was cute at first, and then it got annoying, and then they kept playing it, and it went from cute to annoying to like the worst song ever. And I really wanted to not pick it. I really wanted to pick anything by Limp Bizkit just to fight with you about this, Matt. But I couldn't because the answer
doesn't have enough of an impact.
The answer is "Happy." That song is not that good for as much as we played it.
Okay, good one. You know what's an overrated song?
Which one?
Let It Go from Disney.
Frozen. That was my third pick.
Yeah, that's
little too
overrated.
much, and it has to stand the test of time compared to like Circle of Life or A Whole New World. It's just
I feel like the Moana song kind of passed it.
I like that song. I actually do
the
like that
Moana
song.
one?
The Moana one kind of passed it.
See the
Even though
light
it
with the
can't-
sky,
the
with the
sun,
sea. It
calls
calls
me.
I think
Yeah.
Moana's better than Frozen, so whatever.
Yeah, that's over.
I mean, but that's that's like the movie itself. I'm saying like that song obviously is like the kind of the cornerstone song, same as Let It Go. And it's like, I do think even though it came out second, it's kind of more close. That song is closer to like Circle of Life and stuff like Matt's saying than Let It Go is. But yeah, no, I like Frozen. I don't think it's bad. I just, people played that song so much. And they called her Adele Dazeem. Remember that? That was all because of Frozen. The
Adele
wickedly talented
Dazeem.
Dazeem. I forget what she called him at like the next award ceremony, but she said something ridiculous when she called John Travolta up, and it was pretty funny. But yeah.
Funny. Jose, what is an overrated song to you?
I'm gonna continue this trend. Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Literally impossible to be overrated. Literally changed music forever.
Wow.
It's overrated, kiddos.
It's not overrated, man.
Great. It's great for its time, but
how does a song
right now?
I think
like
my
that
mom answered that too, Jose, because I was talking to her about the episode today, and we were going through like my.
Thank you.
And I'm
Who
pretty
answered that?
confident my mom said that too.
How old was your mom when the song came out? No, like this not.
Well, my mom's 50.
See, we're close to the same age. It's like we've been there, done that. All right, we got over it. Keep it moving. Guy shot himself. Goodbye. Like the song's done. Keep it moving.
She's from Wisconsin as well, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. I don't want to speak for people that I've never met. I have to assume that the Midwest circa 1990 maybe didn't catch on to the grunge scene quite like other places did.
Probably not.
Yeah, I think that might be more of the problem
than anything else.
I think, and then I'll give you another one. A Sweet Caroline.
Nah.
Fucking Neil
Yes,
Diamond. That
yes,
piece of
that
shit
is
song.
overrated.
I
That's an
worked
ultimate white
weddings.
people song.
I worked
Yes!
weddings.
Correct.
I
It
worked
is the
weddings.
ultimate white person song. That's why it's not overrated.
Look at me, I'm white, sweet
We have-
Caroline. Come
we
here,
have only
Uncle
one thing.
Stupid.
We have one piece of culture, and it's Sweet Caroline.
and
Do not take
Mr.
this from us.
Brightside.
Stupid
All right, two
song.
things.
I love that song.
Fucking
I
stupid.
think I like Sweet Caroline more than Mr. Brightside.
Build me a
like
buttercup, same thing.
Is that a white person song?
Yes.
All right, I didn't get the memo on that one. I didn't know that. That one is not nearly as
Definitely a lot of overrated songs are on that list.
I mean, that feels a little unfair. There's a lot of white people.
That's
There's
right.
a lot of
There's
us,
a lot
and
of
we-
overrated songs. You
There's
guys
a lot-
overrate. You guys know how to
We
see something
overrate the
cool
songs.
and ruin it.
Sweet Caroline, I
Right,
disagree.
Jose?
It's like a call. It's a call to arms
Totally
at a
agree.
wedding. You hear Sweet Caroline, and you know, or a sporting event in Boston, whole city sings. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. For one moment, the
We
city
know
of
about
Boston, there's no crime. Well, yes, we do know about Boston. That's what I'm saying. There's no crime. Everybody stops what they're doing and sings. Hands, touching hands, right? Reaching out.
If we do overrated city, Boston's mine. Just because Ryan said that.
Not on the that category. What else
Just
is
saying.
overrated?
For songs.
Well, did we hit everybody?
Yeah, right. Because
everyone.
we both had happy. Jose said something ridiculous, and then he tried to redeem it by playing to Matt's card with the Sweet Caroline, and then Matt, you said whatever you said. I forgot what you said.
If
You
you
said
had
something.
one shot. All right. Let's do it again, guys. I will say one thing that isn't overrated. That is Magic Mind. Magic Mind is properly rated. Magic Mind is something that enhances our life, at least for me. I know for Ryan it does as well. But Magic Mind, ever since it's came into our life, it has made the underrated things in life get a little more credit, and then the overrated things go away. But in all seriousness, thanks to its signature nootropics, its matchas, its ingredients, I take Magic Mind to begin my day, and I am ready to go for whatever the world presents to me. And I feel so much better about what I do. I have the mental clarity I need, and it's low-key my superpower. So shouts
right.
to Magic Mind for that.
Yeah, and it lasts a long time. That's kind of the part about it that is so like cool. You take it every day, and like it's not you don't get all jittery because you've taken like a power up or whatever. Like you take it every day, and over time, you just kind of naturally your own body is taking all of those vitamins and stuff, and is basically giving you the energy that you need day after day. And so it's really cool the way that it works. But also like when you look at it, all the ingredients are natural. Like there's nothing in there when you read it that doesn't sound like it came from like the ground. You know what I mean? Or something like that. Everything looks like it's like above board. They tested all this stuff. Like other places use similar things because it does work. And when you look at the price, it's like you take one of those a day, gives you all that energy, forever and ever. And you're spending less money than if you bought yourself like a 5-hour energy because you crashed middle of the day after lunch. You know what I mean? So to me, it's like the subscription model. It's definitely worth it because you end up saving money by not having to stop and grab a third soda or your second 5-hour energy to get through your workday. I don't know. That's just me. That's kind of why I've kind of really gotten back into the Magic Mind since they started sponsoring with us, is because you're saving money and feeling better. And that's like a hard combo to have, right? Usually if you're feeling better, you're spending money. And if you're saving money, you usually feel bad because you need something that you're not buying, right? So no, I cannot, like you said, very much not overrated, properly rated, certainly on this show. And they do a lot of work with folks, for their mental health, just outside of their product. And that's always nice to partner with somebody who cares about people who are going through a hard time and trying to make their lives easier, get them the resources they need. So it's always nice to have that too. Support a company that does that.
Amen to that. And if you want to support Magic Mind, and if you want to wait for Magic Mind to enhance your life, go to magicmind.com/PCMAY. That is magicmind.com/PCMAY. for 48% off your first subscription or 20% off your first one-time purchase. Check that out. The deal will not be, the deal is around for a limited time, so make sure you get it as soon as you can. Seriously. And yeah, thank you so much for Magic Mind for always having our back. And also check out the episode description in the link below to check out more on Magic Mind. All right, everybody, let's continue on. What's next? The athlete. Tell me who you think is an overrated athlete.
All right, Allison, you first. I feel like I might have the hot take on this one.
I said Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I have to disagree with you, Allison, and I don't like Aaron Rodgers.
I'm sorry.
I don't like Aaron Rodgers either. I just don't think he's overrated.
My favorite athlete to talk about Ryan with.
I think he's pretty I would say he's appropriately rated. I think he thinks he's underrated. And I don't agree with that, but I don't think he's overrated. It's interesting you went a football player. I also picked a football player though. I picked Joe Burrow.
Elaborate.
So, I mean, coming out of college, out of Louisiana, Joe Burrow felt like just like a paradigm shift in the NFL, right? And obviously, kind of hot out the gate. He has that one, kind of signature season, for being honest. Made it to the Super Bowl, like all good stuff.
The first one to beat Mahomes.
That's right. All good stuff. That not taking away from the Heisman, from the football championship in college, or from that electric starting season. But like the dude's never stayed healthy since. He's got elite pieces on the offense with him, and even with that, and it's been a few different people. It's not just Jamar Chase. That's just the most recent one. Even with, the various people he's had to try and kind of get that team to this next level, they never get there. And for some reason, nobody blames Burrow for that. Partly because he's hurt, and so he's not playing. But that, as the starting quarterback, you not playing is a problem. But also...
Yeah, it's not very durable. He's throughout his career.
But then when you are playing, like I said, this past season, he played, again, he was apparently playing through an injury, and he was not where he needed to be most of the time to kind of turn things around for the team, even with the elite, members of his offense at his disposal. And so, to me, it just felt like he was supposed to be such a big deal. And I think that several of his, the people on that kind of same time period around when he came in have surpassed him, many of whom I don't think were supposed to in terms of people's minds. And so to me, I feel like he's a good quarterback, probably even an excellent quarterback. And any team would be dumb not to take him if he became available. But he was sort of meant to be this elite quarterback in the NFL. And I don't think beside that first season, I don't think he's really lived up to that moniker on the field. Off the field, he seems like an awesome guy, good team leader, and all that stuff. This is purely on the field.
I think you make a good argument, Ryan. The only thing is he's always also played with bad defenses, with the exception of the year. So he's had to play catch up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
is he not? Joe Burrow is not. You don't consider Joe Burrow elite quarterback?
I don't know that you can now.
He's top 5.
I don't.
I mean, how many quarterbacks are there in your eyes? Top 5.
Real good at the Met Gala.
It's Allen, Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. You have to put Burrow at 4. Who's better than Burrow?
I don't know that I have to put Burrow at 4 though.
Okay, give me someone better than Burrow at 4.
I don't know. Like you
There's
look at the people who have won. Like think of the people who have won games.
Yeah, it's Patrick Mahomes, and that's it.
We mentioned him already, but I'm saying you've got what's his name? You've got Goff, who did fucking amazing so far
Goff was trash in
Lions.
LA. But that's overall his team. He had good wide receivers. He had 2 great running backs. Defense is really good. Yeah, that's overall. Put Goff on a different team. Put him on fucking the Cardinals or some shitty or the Bears. Then
put Burrow on the Bears.
Yeah, but he'd probably his numbers would be way better than Goff.
Sure, but I'm saying that he's got an elite offense, and he's got a tough defense. But imagine if he had a crap offense and a crap defense, like the Bears. You know what I mean? Poor Caleb's running around with this, for his life out there.
If you really think
But
about
Burrow would have retired if he
What's
was on that team. He would have been so injured.
yeah, I put him top 4. Like he's
know.
the top 5. He might not win you one unless he needs other pieces, especially defense. But
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Jalen Hurts forever.
I mean, you think
Yeah,
about
Jalen.
I love him.
Oh, Jalen Hurts, but I mean, yeah, but he wouldn't have won it if he didn't have Barkley. Barkley won that.
I mean, yeah, this last
Come
season,
on,
I
man.
agree.
A
Guys,
lot
but
of people say Jalen Hurts
Barkley-
is
No.
overrated.
I don't
It's
think he's
overrated.
overrated.
I put him overrated.
No, I
He's
don't
I
think
agree
top-
with you,
I would-
Jose. I
Wait,
agree
you
with
would
Barkley-
say Hurts or Barkley's overrated?
No,
Hurts.
Hurts
Jalen
is
Hurts
I don't think
doesn't
Hurts
really
is
have
rated.
an
I think he's
arm.
properly rated.
Needs to throw short passes, and AJ Brown and Devontae Smith
Yeah,
have
but
to do
that's
all the
fine.
extra work for them. But you need somebody who needs a more accurate. I actually respect him, but I do think Jalen Hurts is
I'd take
overrated.
Daniels over Hurts.
Jaden Daniel, of course,
Oh,
definitely.
Jaden Daniels. I don't
Yeah.
know why, but when you said that, I was thinking Daniel Jones. I'm like, you're insane.
No.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Brian's jaw dropped.
I'm not that crazy.
No, Jaden. Oh, but honestly, I mean, he's had one season, so you really can't. But like,
Yeah,
if Jaden
but
Daniels
no.
has, if Jaden Daniels has season 1 next year, again, if he repeats it and it doesn't have a sophomore slump, I think he's lapping a bunch of these people we're talking about too, including Burrow.
So one person I have as an overrated athlete is Mike Trout. While his stats back him up, bro is a bore. Bro has
He's
barely been
boring.
in the playoffs. In a dark time the MLB was in the 2010s, he was the face of an very, very underwhelming period for the sport. That's how you know. Mike Trout, you don't stink, but man, you stink in a way.
See, I can't do that. Trout was injury prone.
The best
Which
ability is
is-
availability.
Yeah,
I give you that. But I give you also you have to look at it. Well, could it been number 1 is Mike Trout.
He could have, but bro wasn't, and could have had some swag when he was. But damn, that was.
he did not have swag. He was anti-swag. Yeah.
I honestly
I
think he
agree.
should go to a
Mm.
team during the trade deadline this year and give them some spark
I
there.
mean, they also realized he was with a shit organization. The Angels suck as an organization.
Definitely,
No, I agree.
definitely, no excuse there. But shoot, loser.
So besides Jalen, did you have
I
anybody?
got
Jose,
2.
or no?
What?
You
2
said
people.
Jalen before, but
No, I said Jalen just to have an argument, but my 2 people is John Cena and LeBron James.
John
Interesting.
Cena.
So I was gonna say LeBron.
How's John Cena
James,
underrated? An
but-
overrated athlete.
he's barely an athlete, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's athletic.
John
But he's a
Cena's
pro wrestler.
overrated. Yeah, overrated. Everybody consider him the GOAT or the greatest, and he's not.
We'll get to that with wrestler, I assume, which is also on his list. I think.
Is it on his list?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Well, then we go with LeBron James as
Okay.
number 1.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I did move the wrestler one just for time's sake, but if you wanted
Okay.
to say it really quick, you can add that.
Oh, for me, I was gonna say Brock Lesnar for the wrestler.
really?
You fucking crazy.
I do. I think Brock
you-
Lesnar.
you
They had
get
the
off the
Brock
holy
Lesnar
water.
Invitational pretty much in the from 2015 to like 23.
Yeah, and honestly, half of that was trash.
All he did was just throw somebody on their side. Kofi
Brock
Mania is enough
Lesnar-
to fuck
Yeah.
someone over, to hate somebody forever.
You realize Brock Lesnar was your ruthless aggression, your favorite era.
Which is why. No, Jose. No, this is a good point. He was, which is how you know I'm not just like I have a fond memory of all those guys. I still liked what's his name, Orlando Jordan.
Orlando
Okay.
Jordan.
It's because he was growing up. He was in JBL's little cabinet. Okay, so like
That's somebody
I'm not-
underrated is JBL.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, so I like that time period, and even I'm like Brock Lesnar is perfectly fine professional wrestler. He was never a good guy to build the entire company around, and you could see because when they did, the company sucked. They horribly sucked. So much so that Vince, I mean, obviously
he came back and then had to wait till there was scandals. But Vince was basically removed at the first possible moment because of how poorly he did, and that was all the Brock Lesnar era. Brock is, I would say, incredibly overrated. Wouldn't say it to his face because I value mine, but on a podcast when he can't hurt me, yeah, it's Brock.
All right, good points, Ryan. Good point there. Yeah, so I think we got all our athletes in. Now this is a fun one. You let all your passion on this one. You tell me whether it's a fast food one, a regular one, local. You tell me what a overrated restaurant is.
Whataburger. That's all I'll say.
Whataburger.
Haven't had that. I know it's very Midwest.
I've had a
It's not in the middle. It's like kind
South,
of
right?
Southern. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I've had
okay.
a
Then never
Whataburger.
mind. That's
I was-
Culver's then. Which was the one?
Culver's is in the Midwest. Yeah, that's very good. But I remember my freshman year of college, I went to Kansas and everyone hyped up Whataburger. So we were right by the Oklahoma border. So we would go into Oklahoma just for Whataburger. And I was so excited. Everyone was hyping it up. And I had it and it just wasn't good.
So mine is actually very similar, but not Whataburger, only because I've only had it once and it was fine. But I would say In-N-Out, which I've also only had once. But
I
there's
never heard
like-
a lot of people say
there's
that.
like a social media, like, you know what I mean? Like there's people who like it's their identity is In-N-Out Burger. Being near an In-N-Out Burger is like how they describe themselves out in the West Coast, some people. And when I was in California, I had one and it was a fine cheeseburger. It was not bad. I wasn't like grossed out, but the day before we went to like this place in LA, just like a little tiny place. I don't remember the name. I wish I did because I would shout it out. It's in like a train car. It was kind of cool looking. Anyway, so it's in this train car, or these two train cars like put together. Doesn't matter. And they were making burgers and stuff, and that food was delicious. Like really, really good.
And what was
then
it
the
called? That's not
next-
Jack in the Box, is it?
No. It's not fast food. It's a regular, like it's a
Oh,
restaurant.
okay.
Not a restaurant.
Nice.
It's a stand. It's a burger stand in LA,
Cool.
essentially. And so that was great. And then the next day we were out different part of California and we had In-N-Out, and I'm like, this is like, it's just a burger. I didn't think it was anything special, but you hear people talk about it. It's like the best thing that's ever happened to, the best thing a grill can make. I'm like, I disagree. This was just a regular cheeseburger at a regular looking, restaurant, fast food restaurant. I don't see the hype. The hype doesn't make
Your
sense to me.
fries good or no?
No, it was all just fine. I would categorize the entire experience as simply fine,
Okay.
which would be okay if it hadn't been sold to me like, this gift from above in the fast food world, where I'm like, I would be just as, I think, content at like a Wendy's. Honestly, you know what I mean? Like it was fine. It wasn't bad. It was fine.
And I heard their burgers are like small, like that you have to stack them.
It wasn't too small, I don't think. I don't
For
remember
me.
I didn't measure it. No, yeah, I don't remember being like, oh, this is too small. Serving size was not something that I was like, oh, not enough burger, right? I mean, it was smaller than the place that we went to the day before. the local burger stand had much bigger portions, but I didn't think the portions were crazy small.
Yeah, that's the one thing that they get you on that's the one thing that Shake Shack gets you on is small ass burgers, but they're so good.
So good.
Yeah.
They have really good chocolate shakes too.
Jose, you tell us now the most overrated restaurant.
KFC.
I don't really like KFC either.
You know what? Here's a hot take. All fast food fried chicken is overrated. Grocery
Yeah,
store
but-
fried chicken's better.
Yeah, but if you go level, like you go KFC, what's the other two?
Popeyes.
Popeyes and Chick-fil-A. KFC is number 3.
Fine, I'll give you that. KFC definitely makes you rumble in your tummy. I mean,
Here's
they
a
all
good-
do. Except Chick-fil-A doesn't, but
You-
Chick-fil-A is pretty overrated too. But I still
would
go
say,
all
Chick-fil-A
the
is
yeah.
time.
overpriced. I mean, Chick-fil-A in the chicken department is probably number 1.
You know what's
I mean,
an overrated restaurant? Bar
What?
Taco. If you know, you know.
Mm.
And I mean,
mean-
not only if you know, you know, but it's also true.
I've had a decent experience. There's local bar tacos to me too. I
You
don't
know
think
what?
it's
You
horrible.
know what? You know what's overrated? Bar Taco, the one in Westport, the one in Stanford is way better.
Is it fast food?
I agree, Jose. As the
It's not fast food. It's a regular restaurant.
It's like a restaurant.
Yeah, I feel like it's
a restaurant.
Yeah.
There's
That's
like
right.
there's like a little small, there's like 3 of them or 4 of them or something like that. There's one, the one in Westport really gets sick over there. You don't go to that.
Again, I've never been in Connecticut to any of them, so they might all be bad. I've never been, but I'm pretty sure there's one down here that I've been to.
And we got everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do. All right, now let's do our 2 parts for this one. The singers. First, you tell me who is an overrated singer. Now, this is not a frontman or for a woman. This is a singer, solo act. First, the male. Give me a male overrated singer.
Morgan Wallen.
Yeah.
I could not stand that man. I'm sorry.
Is he overrated though?
And his music is mid.
I guess he's like the biggest male artist like in terms of streams or whatever recently. Like this one, I don't know. There was he did some record with his new album, so I guess.
Yeah, it's his new album's like all on the charts. I haven't even listened to it. But.
I don't know. There's a couple of his songs I like. I'm not a hater. I know people
The
hate
one
him
where I'm a racist.
Right. That's
Allegedly.
a lot of people. Right. A lot of people hate him for that thing, and then he did the whole "Get Me to God's Country" thing, which was weird. So like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I would agree in terms of as a person. Don't really want to hang out with him, but I guess that's probably right. I think he's rated pretty highly, and I don't know that his songs, beside like a handful, are really worth that hype. Personally,
I think there's better country artists.
Oh, there's definitely better.
Come on, seal it.
The Knicks are pissing me off.
An overrated male singer. That's kind of hard. I like the male singers that I've listened to and become a fan.
A singer.
Oh, you know who's an overrated singer? I'll give you one. Harry Styles.
I was thinking about saying him. I'm not going.
I do not get how he got a banner
that big.
He got a banner in Madison Square Garden. Like,
I agree. I agree.
He's good, but not that good. Only Billy Joel has that.
And it's like Billy Joel did
not
that
even
over
Frank
a
Sinatra
long
has
career.
that.
Billy Joel did that over a long career as a New Yorker, no less.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Harry Styles to me, like he's got that interesting fashion sense, and he's a very interesting celebrity for that reason. But I agree with you, man. I don't believe any of the. I think the Watermelon Sugar song is horrible. I don't like. I've never liked that song.
I love that song.
You know that song's about, right?
Yes, I know what the song is about. Why does everybody ask that? I know what it's about. That's why I like it. No, that makes it stupider.
No, I know, but it's just funny because some people think he's like, I don't know. It's just funny.
Well, yes, yeah. Some people think he's just making like random words together. I'm not critiquing what it means. I'm critiquing it's stupid. It sounds bad, but I don't know. I just don't. I don't like Harry Styles, but that's not who I was gonna pick. It's not that I don't like him. He's fine. It's just I don't understand the hype. I was gonna pick Nick Jonas.
Okay.
And like, that's not fair because I think both Jonas
I heard he's
brothers,
bad on Broadway, his new Broadway show.
That's why
I'm on Broadway Talk. I'm on Broadway. They put me on Broadway Talk, and I learned about this.
I ended up on a weird part of Twitter today. But anyway, so what was I gonna say? No, my thing is like both Jonas Brothers are better than a lot of male singers, right? But
isn't there 3 of them?
Well, one of them doesn't sing, I don't think.
Kevin.
Does Kevin sing?
Kevin plays guitar.
Yeah, I don't think he really does anything. My thing is, Joe is a much better singer than Nick.
Yes.
And he's the more famous, and Nick is the more famous one.
Well, for a while as a solo artist, I think. But in fairness to Joe
was my favorite.
He started a band, as he didn't do solo. So after the Jonas Brothers broke up, Nick went and did Nick Jonas stuff. Joe Jonas did the DNACB, the "Talk to Me, Baby, Cake by the Ocean." That one, that's him. That's Joe Jonas. And so like I don't know if a lot of people knew that, but yeah, it's Joe Jonas. And so yeah, so he was still recording. He was still on the charts and stuff too. But I don't know. To me, it's just like part of it is just the direct comparison to another singer every concert. Joe always sounds better, but also when you listen to like Jealous and stuff like that, the songs are catchy. But I feel like I don't know, the high thing, it doesn't work as well as I think he thinks it does. And he still sounds kind of nasally even though he's like 30 something. You know what I mean? Like he still kind of sounds like a teenage nasally singer. Whereas like I don't know. I think he's a little overrated. But in part of that is the direct comparison. I get that. But yeah. So Nick Jonas.
Okay.
And yeah, I also heard bad reviews about his stage performances. As you know, not his Jonas Brothers stage performances, but his like acting stage performances.
Jose, give us an overrated male singer.
Benson Boone.
Who?
Timberland.
No,
Benson
Benson Boone.
There's one good song, yeah.
Okay.
I think he's trash.
I mean, he's had one song. I feel like it's hard to.
Yeah, but he's trying. He has more than one song, but
I
he's
know
a one-hit wonder. But he's just straight trash. He's gonna be singing that one song for the rest of my life.
He probably is.
Like Vanilla Ice.
You think he's gonna be able to do the flip? It only takes one. That's Vanilla Ice said to the keyboard player for Daughtry. I've told that story on the show, so I won't tell it again. But yeah, only takes one. Drive off in your Lambo.
What the?
He does that flip pretty good though. He could do Cirque du Soleil maybe.
Yeah, I like to see him doing it in his 40s. Let's see how long that lasts.
Well, that's gonna be difficult. He's kind of made that his signature, and like I feel like there's a clock on that. Although you know what, this is gonna be a silly question. Do you watch any NASCAR, Jose?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so you know Carl Edwards? He's the older one. Okay.
He does the flip when he wins.
Yeah, and he still does. I mean, he doesn't win anymore, but when he does, he still does that flip. Like, he did that. He doesn't stop. So you know what I mean? You could train yourself. It might not look the same, but yeah, no, Carl Edwards. Again, the reason I said you might not know because it was not recently. It was a while ago, but when he was winning all the time, yeah, he did that flip every weekend.
And when you say not recent, this shit's like in fucking 2010.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
It was 15 years ago. That's not recent.
I said not recent. That's my point. Not recent. It was not recently.
So recent. Gotcha,
no, not recently. I'm saying it wasn't recent. That's why I didn't know because you can watch something now and not have watched it 10 years ago. But no, and also my thing, and Matt and I talked about this when we talked about the Knicks. Basically, like 2009 to like 2013, 2014. Those are all my sports teams and all my sports. Everything that anyone who was good then is still good now. Anyone who didn't play doesn't exist now.
No.
Football is the only exception to that rule.
I'm so sorry. The
Football
Knicks just lost. I'm so sorry. No, they tied it.
Okay. Well,
I am so sorry.
So that's everything 2010, 2011, 2012.
What the fuck?
Thank you.
That motherfucker, right? Tyrese Halliburton, you motherfucker!
Oh, no.
You're doing the Reggie Miller
Charlie
choke.
looked like it was out, and it went all the way up, and then it went
I'm
down
on a delay.
The basket.
You Reggie Miller choke. You Reggie Miller choke. I think that's what we get as a society for making fun of him like crazy.
Oh, Tyrese Halliburton did something well.
His foot might be on the line, though.
Oh.
No, it was on the line, and he did the choke, so we're gonna win because he just jinxed himself with the Reggie Miller choke.
Is this one on the line?
But the fact that they blew that lead too, is already enough of a concern.
So sorry, guys. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Wow.
But bro did put his toe just like KD did, and we'll be okay. All right, we can go back.
Things that we've got.
Yeah.
That's why I have it as my poster, as my back wall. The Knicks overrated.
Well, yeah, I think we go okay. It's a 2-point bastion.
Well, that's good. Unless they needed one, in which case not so good.
We gotta be all right. We gotta be all right. But the fact that he just did the choke, the Reggie Miller choke, we're gonna win. We're gonna win.
That's some New York superstition right there. I love it.
but literally, anytime you make fun of, that's how I like to do my wagering in my sports gambling. Who has the most karma to win or lose?
Who has the most karma?
Sir, for real. That's how I do it. That's how I decide. But anyways, we will all right, anyways. What were we talking about? Why don't we just go to the next person, but and that is the overrated female singer. You tell me who the overrated female singer
I know
is.
what all of y'all put, so it's fine.
I didn't
put Taylor Swift. I don't think she's.
Actually,
let's just get. I think she's properly.
Get it out of the way. It's fine.
Say.
I didn't pick it.
No, Jose.
I didn't pick Taylor Swift. I didn't even give you a chance to think about it.
You liar.
I was
you lie like a rug.
I was trolling you, but I did not pick. I wasn't thinking Taylor Swift at all.
I want to know who you were thinking.
Now I want to know who you picked.
I'm still debating. Can someone go?
I could go.
I'll get you one.
Because I have all the notes up on her about all the awards and stuff that she's won. So we're good.
Half the reason people didn't pick her, I think, is they don't have to fight about it.
But again, I have to say one more time that Reggie Miller choke was so premature, bro. You're dumb for that. Tyrese Halliburton.
We'll see who wins. I went with Tate McRae.
Okay.
I don't know that we've talked about Tate McRae on this show or not. She's very attractive.
We haven't, bro. We haven't.
Yeah, she's very popular on TikTok, right, and all that. And I didn't know who she was, and I knew a lot of people who were going to see her concert, and I never even heard of her. I thought they were making it up. I said, "That's not a person. This is fake. It's make believe." But no, she is real. And again, very attractive. She sounds kind of like a bargain brand Britney Spears. And I mean that in the most respectful way that you can say that. She is a decent dancer.
She grew up a dancer.
Yeah, and I can acknowledge that the dancing is good. It again helps that she's pretty. But I don't she does more dancing than singing. I think the singing is bad. I heard her sing a cover. I don't remember the song. It was a Taylor Swift song, I think.
The one by Taylor Swift. That's what it was. The one by Taylor.
This game should not be in overtime, but
I heard her sing a cover and it was bad. Like not even just not good, it was actively bad. Yeah, I think she's a bad singer. And that's okay. There's been other bad singers who are very famous pop stars. But she's a bad singer and people are really hot on her right now because I think the TikTok sounds are pretty good and the dancing is obviously very steamy. But I just don't see it. I don't see how she's not just doing Britney Spears like 2 decades too late.
Yeah, that's a good point.
She was one of mine too.
So another person who is overrated, an overrated singer. I never thought the hype in Pink, and I like Pink.
I like Pink too.
But I just feel like no, I take that back. Fergie is overrated, and she ruined it during the NBA halftime show.
I rewatched,
and I don't know why she decided to leave the Black Eyed Peas either. Keep going.
I just very recently rewatched our clip about that person who finally dethroned Fergie for the worst halftime or worst anthem sing. So that lady at the baseball game who checked into rehab the next day.
Oh yeah, I am going to rehab now.
That's the only person who's worse than Fergie.
That's the baseball. That's from the baseball All-Star game.
Yeah, exactly. It goes the baseball lady, Fergie, and me. Those are the 3 worst performances of the national anthem ever recorded or captured into a microphone. No, Fergie's a decent shout. I will say Clumsy is one of those songs that's just very nostalgic, though. Like, if Clumsy plays, especially if you go to, like, a bar or club or whatever, if they do decide to mix Clumsy into what they're doing, like, the millennial women, like, late 20s to early 30s especially, are all going to be very, very excited. So I think she's got like some like impact for sure, but yeah, she probably definitely isn't quite as big as she had hoped she would be when she left the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, see, the Facer team's now a mess. They might have choked away the series with that premature choke. But anyways, Jose, who's an overrated singer?
Whoa! Female. We're not gonna bury that lead, are we? Who did you say? Allison?
So besides Tate McRae, I said Beyonce.
Oh, come on! You don't believe that, Allison?
Oh, I really do.
Come on,
I really do.
The Beehive.
I just feel like she made it. Like she won like the album of the year for like Cowboy Carter.
Wow, I agree. That was stupid. But
not a good album. Had like 53 different writers on it.
Why is that a problem?
She doesn't really even write her own music. I feel like her older bops are good, but I feel like the new stuff, like, I don't see the hype. And Taylor Swift loved her, so you can't say it's because of Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I can, because it is. No, it is.
If you like it, then you should have put a ring on.
I'm listening to everything said. So we talk about the writers, right? 53 writers. That's obviously a veiled reference to Taylor writing her own music. Here's the thing. I hate to be this guy. Those vault tracks, she wrote those in like a day and a half right before the release of the Taylor's version. All you guys got played. She did not have an entire album's worth of music sitting in a folder.
Definitely.
Ready for when she re-recorded her entire album as an adult woman. She rewrote those songs, and you all got played. That's number one. Number two, yeah, Cowboy Carter was not the best album. Like that's
awful.
I didn't say that. I just said it wasn't the best album. But that's like looking at Taylor Swift and saying, I don't know, the Tortured Poets Society wasn't the best album. No, of course it wasn't. She's got 962 albums, as does Beyonce. I would to judge Cowboy Carter as Beyonce's entire body of work would be like to listen to just, I don't know, Red and decide like that's what I'm going to base Taylor Swift off of forever. Red, Scooter Braun's version. You know what I mean? Like you have to look at the entire body of work, of which, by the way, includes Beyonce herself and Destiny's Child.
I love Destiny's Child.
I didn't even include Destiny's Child.
So I don't know. I think Beyonce is properly rated
What the fuck?
as one of the greatest musical acts, certainly of my lifetime. One of the greatest entertainers of my lifetime, I would say, because she's only been a singer. She hasn't really done movies or anything like that.
Except Austin Powers 3, which she was good in.
She was good in that, yeah. But so it's like, there's people who kind of.
You want to know one of the craziest lines ever in a movie when she said, "Honey, Mama doesn't just want the bee. It was a honey." So no, she's like, "Mama just doesn't want honey. She wants the whole beehive."
And now that's what they call themselves. That's kind of fun.
On the shirt, Matt.
But anyway, yeah, no, I would say Beyonce is one of the greatest musical artists of our time.
I don't mind a disagreement, but I will fight for Beyonce.
You can fight about certain people, sure, if you want to be like who's a little better than who. But the reality is that if you don't put Beyonce anywhere near the top of your list, then you've underrated her. That would be my.
I guess not just underrated. You. That I guess not I just underrated
you. Again, not just you. This is a PSA to America.
PSA to America.
Beyonce needs to be within the very close proximity to the top. Otherwise, you're wrong. As is Taylor, by the way. To be clear, as is Taylor. You can't deny. She's made economies. She's recovered economies.
Literally
there have been towns that were saved by Taylor Swift coming to sing at their local sports arena. So again, I'm not critiquing. I don't get into the whole Taylor versus Beyonce nonsense, but you got to put them both in the same echelon because they are both in the same echelon, clearly.
Yeah. Jose, overrated female singer.
I'm gonna go against Taylor Swift's best friend, Selena Gomez.
Is she overrated?
I could have.
Do people even rate her as a singer?
Yeah, I can't think of it. She definitely sings. I just can't think of a Selena song.
She just had a new album with Benny, whatever his fucking name, the ugly motherfucker.
Benny Blanco.
Blanco. Aren't they married?
No, they're engaged.
Oh, fun.
Benny Blanco.
I know the one where she can't keep my hands to myself. Why would I want
that song?
I like that song actually.
That's a good song.
But I can't name another
song. Keep her hands off Benny.
She was better, I think, when she was with the she had the band The Scene. Have you guys?
What song was?
I vaguely remember that.
It was like back. I was like in middle school actually. There's like Stop and Erase, like Come Back as a Blonde, like different. Yeah.
Never even heard of these.
I definitely, yeah.
You could say anything. I don't remember any of this.
And that's why she's overrated.
Well, I feel like she's more of a businesswoman now than like a singer.
I would say she's an actress.
Well, that too, but she has her own like makeup brand. She's very involved.
Is she really an actress? She does a TV show for Hulu, for God's sakes.
What? All right, Jose. How would you define an actress? I think maybe we should start there because being on a TV show feels to me like being an actress.
Yeah, but she's not. Yeah, but
yo, they took away one of my assists in my parlay.
Oh,
there you go. Well, that's what you get. Karma's
no, they
a bitch.
don't.
When you wish karma on people, it'll get right back.
Well, no, hold on. Let's go back to
going.
defining what is an actress, Jose? Because to me, being on a TV show is textbook definition of actress.
She's a supporting actress. She's not
That's
a lead.
still an actress.
I'll give you that. I give you that. But I'm like, I'm not. I don't think when I think of Selena Gomez, I don't think of she's that actress.
That is exactly what I think.
You know what?
She's the TV from TV.
No.
She's not that bitch.
When you think of Selena Gomez, you think of the girl that went out with Justin Bieber. Yeah,
never once does that cross my mind. That's actually 100% never crossed my mind. Not since I was like a child in like college or whatever.
You realize that she's only in the news for who she's dating, not for what she's
on a hit television show. How are we
she's
ignoring
not on
that?
She's on a Hulu show.
It's a hit show.
It's fucking on TV.
It's a hit show.
It is
I don't
a
know
hit show,
what
Jose.
I don't understand. This is
show.
like I'm taking crazy pills. She's not an actress. She's just acting in a TV show, and it's not a good show. It's not a hit show. Just everybody has seen it. Like that's what I mean. Like you could be like, I don't like her as an actress, but she is an actress. The show is very popular.
Hey, can I say you're an actor too? Because they can watch you on YouTube, and you're acting insane right now. So I guess
I feel insane. Selena Gomez isn't an actress. It's literally the only thing she does, except for sing.
She's not releasing an album.
Well, I didn't know that. But it sounds like it wasn't a good album. It sounds like it was a bad album.
It wasn't that bad, Jose.
It was bad.
It was a love thing. It was cute.
Yeah, no, it was like.
See, if it was cute, that's not great.
If
my album was cute, I'm not. It's like if someone's saying The Weeknd's movie was cute, be like, all right.
All right, guys. Now tell me, what is an overrated TV show that's on TV or streaming?
yeah. Sorry, we have to define TV for Jose.
Yeah,
has actors and actresses in it.
Euphoria. Euphoria is overrated. It's depressing. It's an insult to my intelligence. Nobody's really that sad in this world. I mean, yeah, people are that sad, but I mean, the way they go out of their way to make these characters suffer, it's improbable.
Nobody's that sad.
It just seems so improbable, man.
That was, I mean, I didn't think you were gonna go there with a critique, but I'm glad that you did. Nobody's that sad. Be happier.
Corny show.
What about you, Allison?
I said The Office.
That's another one. Another very overrated show.
I just don't get the hype. I watched it, and it's just I'm a straight face. Like I just don't.
I mean, I find it funny. My thing is,
I love the
parts that are really funny, but I just don't get like, I don't know.
So I would say I agree with you mostly because people who do like really like The Office like it in a way that offends
it's psychotic.
Me. Yeah, like
kind of people with Friends. You know
right? Yeah,
another overrated show.
Yeah. They make it their personality to like.
I had a Bumble match that went south because I didn't watch Friends.
Like weirdo. I like Friends. I watched Friends. I
think it's a show.
It's not my. Yeah, it's not my identity. My identity is not person who likes the show Friends, and people do that with The Office too. I agree.
Yeah.
We're in agreement on that.
It sounds like Jose liked The Office.
It does. Sounds like Jose disagreed. Safe Bandit.
I love The Office first 6 seasons. After what's the name, Michael leaves, it's a shit.
That seems to be like the general consensus too.
Yeah, it's just trash.
I have an interesting one that I think Jose is gonna dislike. but I could be wrong. I think Squid Game is overrated.
What the fuck?
That's true.
I didn't even.
Oh, I'm gonna kill you. 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 We survive. That's the show.
Red light, green light.
Dead ass. There's no. What about the dumb stakes and stuff like that?
Like, does anyone actually really get the money?
No, but I mean, yes, but I my thing is, I actually did dislike the first season. It was fine, right? And I was like, oh, cool. There is no way to make a second season, but then they did, and then they made a freaking real human version of it. That's insane. Like the show
Real
was
human version.
You went.
I mean,
the game
kill
show?
anybody. Yeah, a game show. Yeah,
Okay.
and so it's no, they didn't actually like kill
Can't lose
people.
this game.
But I'm like,
channel's that on? Hopefully
No.
it's not on Hulu.
yeah. This is why you got to pay attention to Hulu. Okay. No, but in all seriousness, I feel like the show was good.
Obi's the one. The irony. If he's the one to get the dagger, the former Nick shouldn't have traded him. Anyways,
yeah. So Squid Game's fine show, but they overrated it by trying to make it like this cultural touchstone that I just don't think it really was.
Oh my god, man!
Second season was horrible, which is
they can't lose this game.
You know.
Oh my! And they took away my assist. I'm gonna lose my parlay. There's a good chance they straight up took it away.
Would you rather win the game or the parlay?
I'd rather win the game, but still sucks. We did win the game.
Oh, yeah.
We played a bunch of dumbass ball, which please check out the game 1 reaction Knicks and Pacers available now at the time of this recording. But yeah, that's Euphoria. You people are nuts how much you obsess over that show. And the way they're going to try to explain them in high school, 5 years in between seasons, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, that's going to be hard.
And one of the cast members, may he rest in peace, is gone.
Yeah.
Which I know shows have been able to figure it out, but that's going to be a real tough one. Because the show ends on him. It's a cliffhanger with him.
Yeah, we could have just said he died with his brother.
I know, but that's not good writing. You have to be clean, right? Ryan can agree with that. He just died.
I mean,
it's not
there's only
fault
so
that
much
he's
you can
dead.
do.
Yeah.
He did die. You just unfortunately you do have to work around that.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing you can do. I don't blame them for that. You know what I mean?
All right. Now,
Do you know
so
okay? It's not a Hulu show.
is there any more we have for overrated
Yeah,
shows?
Severance.
Yes. Severance.
because-
Oh, you're just making shit up.
Just
I've never
because,
even seen that.
just because Matt don't like Euphoria.
JB on the airport, you dumb cat. Oh my god. At the top of they're all on the ground. What are we doing? Oh my god. It's 2003 again. That's a New York. That is a typical Knicks loss from 2003 to 2021. That's how they would lose games like this.
Remember, I did say Indiana at 6 on the last podcast.
I mean, just ugly. What an ugly way to lose. And the biggest clown in the NBA is the reason why. Oh my God. The stupid Halliburton 317.
I'm hoping when your question, who's the most overrated sports team? You already know my answer for this one.
You can't really say that about a team that hasn't won in 50 years.
They just choked.
That's not about being overrated. That's just being
They're
dumb.
overrated, kid. You saw
That's
that.
not being overrated. That's being dumb.
They were beating up.
And like I said, the biggest insult with this, they took my assist away. At least I could have won. It was 140, 10 to make 140 plus 19-10. That was hit in the fourth quarter. But oh no, fuck you, Matt. We're gonna take Brunson's other assists away.
It's karma for you.
There's no karma. What bad karma did I wish? No, I didn't. I didn't wish bad things about Carr. I call him stupid because he is a clown, but I'm not wrong about that.
Listen, you called it. It came back to bite you.
It's the Neesmith 9 threes is a big factor too, and just piss poor play in the last 5 minutes of this game.
And that was
this is going to be hard to bounce back from. It really is. You can't blow a game like this at home. They were up by 18 points, and they are about to fucking lose.
They just lost.
This is stupid. Well, you're 6 seconds ahead of me, so spoiler alert.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It really is fine. Because what else you could do? Yeah, good night. Oh my
Wait 2
god, this
seconds,
is
really
stupid. Oh my god, what the fuck? That was not supposed to happen. Oh my god. If this was just a road game, I think they'd be okay, but not at home.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they still got a shot.
Portnoy is making an
Oh,
interesting
he's talking.
little.
Well,
He's
who
probably
cares
talking
about him?
shit.
Say some bad stuff about him.
Damn.
Even David Axelrod, man, what a finish for the Pacers.
Damn.
Doesn't matter.
O'Shea Jackson Jr., man, that Pacer bus gonna need an escort.
He has nice teeth. Wow.
Comedian I follow, Francisco Ramos, said choke job 1 minute ago.
They did, and now he did win. Now this stupid. Oh my god, this is bad. Oh my god, I know a
That
portion
gave
of
me the ick, actually. I won't lie to you. The
Who?
choking.
Yeah, but he
I
did
kinda-
just Reggie Miller choke. I really thought they were going to win in OT, and then they played horrible in overtime. And again, they took my assist away. I'm not getting over that $140. Just
Hey,
I hit that like
Robbie
I have
from
the
Bars-
screenshot of the hit, but because they took it away, I'm shit out of luck.
Robbie from Barstool says Nixon 5. 2 minutes
Anyways,
ago.
let's go back to the to this. So I have a distraction. But we'll remember this as the Aaron Neesmith game. 9 threes. Bro just couldn't stop. Oh man, that was ugly. Oh,
I mean, that's the positive. He doesn't do 9 threes. This is not normal. So it could be just one game.
Anyway, what is do we have any more for we have the movies, right?
yes, let's end this on a high note. Talk to me, what is an overrated movie?
I stick with my statement from before, Frozen.
Okay, that makes sense. Only you mentioned the song being overrated, so I could see that. I don't know.
Reggie
I'm
Miller.
ambivalent.
Oh my god, that was good directing, I will admit. Pointing right at Albert for that.
I'm ambivalent to Frozen. I think that it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Like it's just fine.
But I don't know that I thought the movie itself was overrated. I think the song definitely was. You know what I mean? Like I think people were like, "Oh, this is a fine movie," but they played that song every day. It's craziness. I went with The Greatest Showman.
Oh, I liked that movie.
I did too.
Ooh, tell us why.
It's just kind of boring. It's fine. Again, I liked it, but it was just when you watch it again, you're like, I don't need to watch this again. You know what I mean? Like, and everybody was like, this movie is so great. I mean, like, the music is so great. The dance is so great. It's like everything everyone said, like, you could be like, sure, like you don't want to fight against people, and they're like, oh, I like this song because yeah, the song was good. Like he sounded good in it, but nothing was great. Nothing about The Greatest Showman was great to me.
Just another movie.
Yeah, which I don't necessarily mind. Just another movie. I mean, me and Matt talk about this all the time. I'm a big fan of See That Movie. Everybody else said it's bad if you want to see it, because who cares? But to me, I feel like people kind of were like treating it as something else. And part of it's the time period too. Like they had that one song that everybody was like, this is an anthem for the downtrodden souls. And like they sang that everywhere. Like anytime they had any group that had faced any sort of systemic oppression in real world do anything, they would play that freaking song that This Is Me, I think is the name of the song. And I mean, the woman who sings it, I think it's a woman. I don't really want to assume, but I don't know their name. Phenomenal singer, but it's just like, I don't know. I feel like people tried to make a culturally relevant thing out of what was ultimately just like a random movie at a random time that Hugh Jackman made to make some money and Zac Efron made to make some like maybe Hugh Jackman. He says he's always wanted to play P.T. Barnum. Maybe that's true. Zac Efron was in that movie for exactly one reason. And it was because they offered to pay him a lot of money to be in the movie. He phoned that thing in. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody phone anything in harder than Zac Efron did in that movie. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Great Showman. That's where I'm landing.
Overrated movie. Game 1, Knicks Pacers 2025 Eastern Conference Finals.
Overrated. Just gonna be a small.
I don't even know what the word is, because also the guy who got the dunk to get them ahead was a former Knick, and Obi Toppin, a Knick that everybody loved and I love too. But I don't know. Maybe if we lose this series, the dumbass kids destroying the city is gonna catch up to us. But we'll fight again on Friday. But you gotta win Friday, because that's the stinger, bro. Because you ever heard of the Charlie Smith Memorial? Because that's just what happened here back in 1999 when they lost on his.
If they lose Friday, they're done.
That was a tough one. Hold up. Very bad, but at least I got it on camera, so it's a win.
Jose, what movie are you picking?
Yeah, you guys think I will have an answer to this? I'm still discombobulated.
I
mean, look at what I'm wearing. Movie. I look like a clown.
My overrated movie is Eddie from 1996.
What? Why are you doing that? You're making that up. That's one of my. That movie made me. That movie made me fall in love with the Knicks when I was a kid. If you know what he's talking about.
I don't.
It's a movie where Whoopi Goldberg was the head coach of the Knicks in 1996. That's the movie. That's really when I started loving the Knicks.
I was totally
like when I was a kid. I love that movie growing up. That's a real movie. Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg. She took over the Knicks and led them to the playoffs. No, I think the play was you get 8th place, you get 8th seed. It had what's that dude? What's his name? Who was a former NBA player? John Sally, who played for the Pistons. He was on the Knicks. Yvonne McBasket. Who else was in? They had Larry Johnson, who was the villain, the last player.
Mm-hmm.
I love that movie. It's a terrible movie.
Right? Go ahead. No, it was pretty good for its time. Come on now.
Sure. Okay.
It wasn't
what it is.
I quite literally cannot. Like, someone needs to remake this movie. I don't even know who you have in it. Someone, what's her name from Abbott Elementary? Give her the Sixers.
Katana Bunsen. Yeah, that'd be a good one.
I'm gonna watch this weekend.
Oh, you gotta watch it. It's pretty good.
What's it called? Eddie. That's when I was born.
I have literally never heard of this movie in my entire life.
This is when Whoopi Goldberg was like in her prime.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't dislike Whoopi Goldberg, by the way. It's just like Whoopi Goldberg is fine. It's just the concept of the movie is. I don't even know the full concept, but it just sounds insane.
You know what I'm saying? I was such a huge basketball fan. I made my mom take me to the movie theater to watch this stupid movie.
Can I ask a question? And I'm gonna be disappointed by the answer. Sure. In the movie, she obviously plays a character. She's not just Whoopi Goldberg, is she?
Oh yeah, she plays somebody.
She plays somebody.
That's the only way the movie could have been funnier. Is if they literally dropped Whoopi Goldberg in as herself to coach the Knicks.
Yeah, the way it worked, it was like the guy who owned the Knicks was a cowboy for some reason who took over. He's like,
wasn't it like Burt Reynolds or something like that?
Yeah, it was an actor, like an established actor. I think he was a guy who's a Broadway actor.
Right.
And like damn.
How did she end up the coach?
He was just like, you could do, but you think you could do better. You're the coach.
She won if I remember correctly, she won. They picked her out of the
after the crowd,
and she hits the shot, and everybody loved her.
Ryan, I'm positive that the girl who's in Avid Elementary, like one of the teachers, was her best friend in the movie. Like
Oh
the
my
famous one. I swear
God!
to God.
Who knows? What's her name? Quinta?
Not Quintina Buster. No,
No,
not
I
her.
know that, but who knows her? Because this is if they don't do one where she coaches the Knicks, not the Knicks, the
What's her
Sixers, I don't know what we're doing.
Her friend was it? Her best friend. I swear.
Oh my God! If you're listening,
what's her
make
name?
this movie. This remake needs to happen.
You know who was in the movie? Mark Jackson, who played. He didn't play himself, but
I know.
oh,
Rick
and
Fox was in
the
it.
guy, Stacey Patton. Stacey
Yeah,
Patton. That's
I
the
remember
man. He was the
Stacey
man.
Patton.
He was the best player in the game. He actually played an NBA player who died in a car accident. Who was supposed to be? He was on his way to be a big time player. Malik Sealy, but he was Stacey Patton, and he would speak in the third person as he was the best player. He was like the Jalen Brunson of that team. He's like Stacey Patton don't want the ball. Stacey Patton better get the ball, or stuff like that.
I have got to see this movie.
Lisa Ann Walter, she's in the movie. She's in the show.
Okay.
She's in Abbott Elementary too, right?
Yeah, I know who that is.
There you go. She plays Whoopi's best friend.
That's literally a sign. That's a sign that this remake has to happen.
Well,
Yeah.
just remember, it's my overrated movie, so have to take grief salt with that.
That's fine. I'm gonna watch it this weekend. That's incredible. I didn't know that this movie existed.
Me neither. I was just born, so who knows?
But overrated movie. I don't get the hype with Dune.
Never seen
I don't either.
I know it's because Mr. Perfect is the star and he can't do no wrong. But I thought it was fine.
When I left the movie theater and me and my wife were trying to talk about Dune,
yeah,
I'm not certain we saw the same movie.
Is it because Mr. Perfect is and your wife?
No, it's not like
Mr.
she was
Perfect?
like, "Oh, I was just staring at him." No, we both fundamentally we fundamentally had different plots to the movie. So I don't know what happened. And that's my biggest critique of the movie is I genuinely don't really know what happened in Dune. Like I don't know why everyone's beefing. I watched a show on HBO that actually kind of explained some of it a little bit better, which was good. But that was kind of by accident. We watched that show. We were just bored, and so we watched it. The Harkonnen show, the Harkonnen sisters. Anyway, it doesn't matter. My point is, I just genuinely couldn't, we couldn't come up with what the plot was. And then when we saw the second one, we were like, "Oh, I don't know how those connected either."
And I like the second one more just because there was some more action in it.
There was more action the second one, yeah, but
well, like I said, I swear this is true. I really believed at one point until this loss that the Knicks would solely get so much luck because Timothy Chalamet's been anointed as the leader of the Knicks because nothing he's perfect. Nothing bad happens to him.
Well, one game is not necessarily something bad happening.
That is in this case it is, but oh well. Anyways, but an overrated movie also is the Wicked movie. I'm gonna go challenge some of you with that one.
That's crazy.
While it definitely good singing,
great singing.
Some of you were saying this was the best musical since The Wizard of Oz itself. Come on.
Who said that?
People on Twitter.
All right, well, it's best musical of the year.
Yeah, as it compared to the competition it had.
Yeah. So, but it didn't win that. Crazy. No, I don't know. I disagree. I think they did a very good job keeping with the original. That obviously, as you said, the cast was very good in their roles. I didn't feel like I was a chore sitting through that long of a movie. So no, I disagree. I think it was. I'm not saying it's the best movie ever or anything crazy like that, but I think it's appropriately rated by most regular people.
Yeah. Well, this is a show we will never forget. Great work, everybody. Definitely a lot of overrated stuff going on. Definitely check out my reaction to Knicks Pacers Game 1, available at the time of this recording. And in all seriousness, Ryan, Allison, and Jose, you all did such a great job tonight. Thank you so much for your contributions. We'll see you with another Tweet Cab on Friday. And then we'll have another one of these Magic Minds next week. At this time, we'll figure it out then what we'll do. But I think a great series with the overrated and underrated. Maybe we can explore some more later, like maybe overrated in movies or TV or stuff, but we'll have to figure it out. But regardless, great job, everybody. Amazing show. It really was.
All right, go watch Eddie, everyone.
No,
Yes.
Eddie's a fun one. I don't even know if that movie's available on streaming.